All right, Brad. What game did you watch this week, my friend?
So this week I watched Game 1 of the 1988 World Series, Athletics at Dodgers.
Nice.
October 15th, 1988.
Very good.
Now, I was 2, okay? And this is actually a World Series that I kind of have a little bit of a connection to. My family was at Disneyland during this series, okay?
Yeah.
So while we were there, my dad was like, "Hey, World Series, we're in LA." Well, Anaheim, LA Metro.
Sure.
And he's like, "Dodgers in the World Series, let's pick them up." And so I had a Dodgers hat when I was little, and my in-laws are not happy about seeing the pictures of me wearing a Dodgers hat because they're Angels fans.
Yeah, for sure.
But so this was like I was obviously born the year that the Mets won the World Series and the Buckner game and everything. But this is almost like my birthing into baseball World Series because it was it's the series that I've heard the most about in my life as far as like having any kind of connection to, right? Because of being at Disneyland at that time, having the Dodgers hat and running around wearing that Dodgers hat for a couple of years after that. So this is the Kirk Gibson game.
Right.
For anybody who is not aware. So I watched this game just kind of, I wanted to enjoy it because I've never watched it. I don't watch a whole lot of 80s baseball until the last few weeks. And so I just wanted to sit and watch this game. See some things that are different that I might notice, compared to what's going on now. Like obviously the game is played very differently now because you had Vince Scully talking about guys who come up to the plate and saying, "Oh, this guy's a contact hitter. Watch for the hit and run," stuff like that. Because contact hitters don't have a spot in baseball anymore, unfortunately.
It's too bad.
It really is. So there were a few things I noticed. One, Brig, did you watch a lot of? You watched a lot of baseball in the '90s, I assume.
Oh
right?
man, yes, constantly.
So I don't know if I just ended up watching a lot of Dodger games, or if this guy happened to be the official radar gun guy of Major League Baseball. But something I noticed. Did you ever see the guy behind home plate with the radar gun and the fedora?
Of course, yeah.
He was there.
Really?
Mike Brito is his name.
With the light-colored fedora.
Yep.
It was white Panama straw or something.
Yeah, well, this was it was like a white Panama hat.
Yeah.
And a cigar with the radar gun.
Yeah, for sure.
I was watching that game, I was like, whoa, I remember that guy from my childhood.
That guy's there. Yeah.
It was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Well, he probably looked like every
man.
Scout ever.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Every scout, I'm sure, at
They
that
probably
time was like, Panama hat,
the
cigar,
big checkered
radar
blazer,
gun.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
That was him.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there watching the mail. I was like, I recognize that guy.
Yeah.
He is a figure of my childhood.
Totally, dude. For sure.
One of those weird things. Like I felt like every Sunday night ESPN game, he was behind the plate with his radar gun, just pointing it, and it was amazing. I was so excited to see Mike Brito pointing his radar gun in 1988.
Dilly, Mike.
Dilly.
Fantastic.
So there was that. First off, also Jose Canseco was batting third for the A's.
Yeah.
That game, and a couple things with Jose Canseco. First, there was a little bit there was a steroid controversy with him at the time. It sounded like some writer in the New York Post had said something about how he takes steroids, and they actually showed a clip of him on NBC saying, "I can't believe anybody would say that. That's horrible that he would say that about a baseball player that he doesn't even know, and it's bad for the player, it's bad for his family. Like that's wrong."
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, he was the guy, and I was looking at him. I was like, well, typically you don't look like that if you're not on steroids. The guy was a freaking triangle, Brig.
Yeah, right.
Shoulders were like 6 feet wide. He looked like a cartoon. He looked like Kronk from
like
Emperor's
Kronk.
New Groove.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of hard to fit. I'm a 32 waist and a 66 long.
Yeah.
You know. That's what he looked like. He was the personification of Kronk. With his pants were too tight and too short, so his stirrups went up about halfway up his legs. But then his body, 32 waist with like a triple XL because his shoulders and chest are so huge.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, dude, you're juicing, man.
He probably walked up to the
no-
plate with his own theme music, right? Yeah, that's right. Dude,
I'm sure he did.
Dude, we just bridged generational gaps here.
Yes, we did.
That covered everybody.
So Jose Canseco, massive, man.
Yeah.
Just obviously on steroids. So he gets up there, gets hit by a pitch on his first at bat. Then he comes in his second at bat, bases loaded. The graphic pops up, says has never hit a grand slam in his career. Boom! Line drive over the center field fence, grand slam. I was like, oh well, look at that. Speaking of the broadcaster curse.
Oh yeah, the broadcaster curse for sure.
And then Dennis Eckersley came in to close out the game because that grand slam those are the only runs the A's scored all game.
Yeah.
So Eckersley came in the bottom of the ninth. A's had a 4-3 lead over the Dodgers, and Eckersley walked Mike Davis, so he's up on first. Kirk Gibson comes in to pinch hit. And the graphic pops up, says Eckersley has not given up a home run this season. Boom! Line drive over right field fence.
Oh,
Game over.
On a bum leg, though.
On a bum leg.
That's the best part.
Oh, totally, because he did not put any legs into that swing.
No.
Zero.
He just
legs.
hacked at it.
It was a complete flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
He was not trying to hit the ball to the fence. He was trying to put it in play, find some grass, get on base. He let a pinch hitter come out and run for him. But he got all of it. He squared it up and hit a line drive over the right field fence. And they showed Tommy Lasorda, he jumps out of the dugout, loses his mind, runs onto the field and everything. Yeah. But yeah, it was
did
funny.
that.
It was love that guy. But well, for a few reasons. But anyways, no, the game was a fun watch. I mean, it's not like anybody was really getting shut down. The Dodge, it ended up being 7 hits to 7 hits. There were a few walks. There was some good base running, some stolen bases, hit and run, stuff like that. It was a fun watch. If you haven't watched it in a while, or if you've never watched the game, go back and watch it for sure because it's a good watch. It was entertaining start to finish, and it goes really fast. Before I knew it, Gibson was coming up. I was like, wait, I thought it was like the 7th inning. When did I lose track of 2 innings?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool. And the 9th inning, they show the camera panning up and down the Dodgers dugout, and they say, well, we don't see Kirk Gibson anywhere. He's the guy who's really been the shot in the arm for the Dodgers offense this postseason. So it doesn't look like they're going to pinch hit.
Yeah.
But then he came in, I think Davis is up to bat, and he finally came into the dugout. Was ready to go. But no, cool game. Lots of fun. Go ahead and watch it.